play. Right now, we are going to talk about Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. What makes Josh Allen is so dangerous coming up as a number one power ranking football player is his ability to run the read option and scramble. And at his size, at around 6'5", he's able to not only take hits, but he's able to get a lot of yards with his mobility. The big key issue, other than the running back situation that I feel like is the weakest link of the offense, the weak links on the offense is your running back, Singletary, which you guys can consider consistent. Great, that's fine. But you're going to come across better defenses this year. Teams are going to be preparing to pass. People are going to be guarding Stephon Diggs a lot different. So you address your weak link with James Cook from the University of Georgia. I believe he's Dalvin Cook's brother. Cook is going to be able to replace Singletary as a bigger back. The more you work on him with strength and conditioning, you'll be able to get a great all-around back with the genetic pool from Dalvin Cook, who is also known as potentially one of the most lethal dual running backs in the NFL, next to Kamara and the Saints. A couple other quarterbacks do not have the type of weapons in the backfield like a dual threat running back. So we're looking for James Cook to come through and become that dual threat, that extra firepower. But it's your offensive line. It is specifically your right tackle that is considered questionable right now. Spencer Brown is your weak link on your offensive line. At 6'8", 314 pounds, Spencer Brown is not capable of lasting long-term against shorter linebackers and defensive backs blitzing the edge. Okay. His knees, his back, he's going to hurt himself bending over. He's always going to be aiming down towards, shorter guys. At 6'8", I'm concerned about his health. I'm concerned about his long-term sustainability as a right tackle. You're going to be doing a lot, bro. You're guarding a lot as a right tackle. And these D tackles are getting better and better in the NFL. These D tackles are getting extremely better in the NFL. These edge rushers are getting extremely better. As you can see, the Bills are going to have great practice against Von Miller and that defense. So this offensive line is going to be going up against a great defense every day in practice. I believe this defense is going to expose the weakness. And what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to rotate and move Allen out of the pocket because people are going to be putting a lot of pressure on the right side of the offensive line. So what they're going to do is they're going to have their tight end become an extra blocker, and they're going to use their running back as extra blocker to protect. That's not how you want to do it. You want to give yourself weapons. You want your tight end to be open. You want your running back to get open. You don't want to use your tight end and your running back as extra blockers because your right tackle and your right guard is insufficient and they aren't capable of protecting the right side of the offensive line for Josh Allen. So this summer right now, Buffalo Bills people listen to this. FanDuel's listen to this. Right now, this is ghosted. This is probably on a lot of people's internet browsers, not a lot of Twitch followers, not a lot of active community out there. Because of copyright music, I have to publish this video. This not will be automatically uploaded. If you Bills people out there want to know what will be holding you guys back next year, Patrick Mahomes doesn't have Tyreek Hill. Brady's not in New England. The Jets are going to be the Jets. Pittsburgh has a rookie quarterback. Baltimore could be a dual threat with Jackson as long as Harbaugh is out there. They're going to be effective. Titans is going to be effective with Derrick Henry running the football. What do you guys? You guys can't just rely on media coverage to win the games for you. What will be your Achilles heel that will prevent the Buffalo Bills from taking the absolute next step is your offensive line. That would be, if you guys have a dominant offensive line, you guys will be dominant in the AFC. But as long as your offensive line is questionable, Spencer Brown is questionable. Your right guard is questionable right now, those two specifically, because you can't replace your entire offensive line, right? But questionable right now, Darrell Williams and Spencer Brown for the Buffalo Bills. Can these guys get it done? Can they get it done? They are going to get worked in practice. Absolutely worked. The better that Bills defense is in practice, the better offensive line will become. But are they getting in shape right now? 330 for a right guard. That's D tackle size, right? So you got to have a big guard for a big D tackle. D tackle versus guard. Big guy versus big guy. They're going at it in the trenches. I get it. Shred that down for a little bit. Let me get Darrell Williams down to 320 for a little bit. I know he needs to wait for the D tackles. That's just too big. All right, but I know in football they got weight checks. They got I don't want him to starve himself, but it's summertime right now. This is the time where you cut back your calories, you start the cardio, you start the training, you get your body right, get your offensive line healthy, man. I don't want those guys to be fat, slow, and tired and exhausted. I want those guys to be fresh. I want them to be mobile. I want them to be endurance, strong. I want them to have good cardio. They have to last 4 quarters. They have to pass rush. They have to run block. Get that offensive line in order. That's my Buffalo Bills take for the NFL. All right, I'm not gonna be here ranting all day about it. If you weren't here for it, I'll make sure I'll be able to clip it today. Yesterday's show was more about Warzone and these esports orgs and how people are just failing right now. Today's show is about Buffalo Bills. Right now, the NFL got you guys as the number 1 rated team. All eyes is going to be on Buffalo. And, Buffalo has the utmost hype. This is the first time ever in the history the Buffalo Bills is coming into this game, is coming into this season as the number 1 team with all this hype. Like, Jim Kelly, listen, you guys didn't have social media back then. You guys didn't have Twitter. You didn't have Adam Schefter reporting you. This is the first time in Bills' current history right now, with all the social media, with all the internet, 91 Jim Kelly, nobody can name the starting 11 on the offense other than Jim Kelly. You guys can't give me a single person on that 91 offense besides Kelly. All right? So there was no hype. There was no fame around the Buffalo Bills. They were an extraordinary great team. All right. One of the legendary teams of all time. But in the 22,000 current generation era, this is the first time in NFL history that I've seen in the past 25 years, the Buffalo Bills is coming in as the number 1 overall team in the NFL. The first time that I've seen in NFL history, in my eyes, in the past 25 years. There hasn't been a single Buffalo Bills team in the past that I can name that has even been top 10. And the Buffalo Bills are coming into the NFL as the number 1 power-ranked overall team. Their Achilles heel is their offensive line. I feel like if your O-line is gassed in the third quarter, they're going to be gassed in the fourth quarter. They ain't going to be run blocking. They ain't going to be pass blocking. Josh Allen's going to be running for his life. That's why you guys love – that's why a lot of his footage is him mobile, running out of the pocket, throwing on the run. It's because his offensive line got him running for his life. They got Josh Allen running out there. That's why he's so effective, because he's a mobile quarterback running for his life from that bad offensive line that's coming through there. All right? So that offensive line coach, you got to get him in shape. You got to get him strong, got to get him powerful, got to get him in condition. But more importantly, they got to go 4 quarters ready to go. That doesn't mean you starve them. That doesn't mean you force them to eat less. It's one thing I learned from watching these guys stream, that calorie intake is important. At 330 pounds, you are intaking a lot of calories. You gotta cut that out. I mean, you are 330 pounds. You can't tell me you're not getting tired out there in the third quarter. You can't tell me. You can't tell me you're not getting tired at 330. 300. I wish you would tell me there's a healthy 330 pounds where we're looking at them. This is the healthiest 330 pounds you're going to get. That's a lot. Now I know these D tackles are coming in big, but you guys aren't wrestling these guys. You guys, you're gonna need you're gonna need a lot of upper body strength and power. I would love to see Darrell Williams stack up his shoulders, forearms, triceps, and chest with that 10 pounds of body fat. Cut it down to 320. You're going to need that upper body power to be able to, to me, I'm looking at a 330-pound right guard and saying, bro, are you going to last 4 quarters? That's what I'm saying. Now apparently he was doing good, and I'm not going to roast it now. They went up against Patrick Mahomes. They said there was a coin toss away, right? Right? But now we're going into, now all eyes are on you, Spencer. So now Darrell Williams, now they coming after you right now. They bringing the heat on you. They ain't letting Josh sit back there. Oh, we're going to let Josh be the pretty boy of the NFL. He's going to be the next great quarterback. He's going to replace Tom Brady, blah, 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 blah. Nah. Teams, Belichick ain't going to be in the AFC. Oh, hey, we're going to give the AFC over to the Buffalo Bills. Bill Belichick, there's absolutely no way we're going to give up the AFC to Buffalo. Buffalo's been bottom 4 ever since I've been a coach in New England. They were bottom 4 when I was in New York as a Giant defensive coordinator. They had 3 great seasons. Yeah, Bill Belichick, they had 3 great seasons. They've been bottom 4. It's been us. It's been us. It's been us. It has been us. We've been the top 4 teams every year. So. Yeah. Bill ain't listen. Bill ain't letting Josh and Stephon Diggs just be like, hey, just come over here to Foxborough and drop 30 on us. No, bro. No. So Darrell Williams, Spencer Brown, I'm calling you guys out here on Faded Sports Talk. That and James Cook and your run game. That's what I'm calling out, bro. I want to hear about Josh. I don't want to hear about Stephon. I want to know about that offensive line. That's what I want to know. All right? That's my segment on Faded Sports Talk Buffalo Bills. Thank you very much. If anybody out there was listening, you guys sat through the John Madden football. You waited. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's Ghosted account, internet browser, on your phone, mobile, whatever you want to do. Don't talk to me about Josh Allen. Talk to me about the offensive line. Let's continue Faded Sports Talk. Let's go into the topic of the day. We're going to do QB selections right now. Hot take. QB selections, hot take. Jimmy Garoppolo or Josh Allen? This is absolutely a great Faded Sports Talk take right now. We're going to talk about the San Francisco 49ers right now. The Dr. Disrespect San Francisco 49ers right now. And let's go ahead and let's talk about this matchup right here. Are you taking Jimmy Garoppolo or are you taking Josh Allen? What are you doing right now? Bills Mafia over there, they're going to be picking Josh. Now, if you're Dr. Disrespect, I can't really talk about him too much on Twitch, but you're picking Jimmy G, right? But if I'm Deebo Samuel, I'm picking Trey Lance. I'm saying I don't want to be here in San Francisco because I don't think Jimmy G is going to be able to get it done in a clutch time. That's what Deebo Samuels is saying. You heard it here first on Faded Sports Talk. Is Deebo Samuels and GBG having internal issues right now? What's up with quarterbacks legitimately beefing with wide receivers? Now, we all see Baker Mayfield beef with Odell Beckham Jr., and we saw that. There was a rumor that Baker did not want to throw the football to Odell. Can you believe that? That same wide receiver went up to the Los Angeles Rams and took Matthew Stafford to the promised land in not only 1 but 2 video games. 2 games, right? literally single-handedly took Matthew Stafford to the promised land. But somehow Baker Mayfield did not want to make it work out with him. Cleveland Browns let go of Baker Mayfield, and they brought in the controversial 22 federal indictment Deshaun Watson, who do not need to belong in the NFL until his case is resolved. But still, he violated the conduct policy as a Houston Texans by molesting 3 massage therapists that he considered diming on himself about in court. He dimed himself out. So, Jimmy G, can you be that guy? That's the question right here on the Faded Sports Hot Take. Can Jimmy G be that guy? Because I believe here at Faded Sports Talk, Deebo Samuel wants Jimmy G out for Trey Lance. That's what I believe. Why else would you want to leave? You're a game away from the Super Bowl. Why would you want to leave? If you don't have internal turmoil at your team, if you believe in John Lynch, your general manager, and you believe in Jimmy G, your quarterback, why do you not want to sign that money with San Francisco? So if I'm out there right now and I'm talking about Deebo Samuel, I'm talking about Deebo right now here on Faded Sports Talk. Deebo Samuel, the comparison, Jimmy G or Josh Allen. You heard it here first. You saw their comparison at FanDuel. They want, is Westbrook overrated? Underrated, underappreciated, overappreciated. FanDuel.com, we'll take a quick little ad break for you right now. FanDuel.com's question of the day, we'll debate that right now. Is Russell Westbrook underrated, overrated, or underappreciated? Let me give you something. Let me give you something loud and clear. Russell Westbrook has been overrated this entire season. I literally watched the guy live against the Portland Trailblazers right before C.J. McCollum left Portland, and C.J. went over to the New Orleans Pelicans. I saw Russell Westbrook give me 9 points, around 13 assists, 12 rebounds, and a loss to the Portland Trailblazers at home in the Staples Center on a national televised game. The Portland Trailblazers beat the Los Angeles Lakers, and the starting point guard gave me 9 points. So if you want to ask me, FanDuel.com, is Russell Westbrook overrated? I'm going to sit here and tell you right here on Faded Sports Talk, he is more than overrated. He's overpaid, and he underproduced. Because if you're giving me 9 points as a point guard against the Portland Trailblazers, a Damian Lillard less, no Damian, a C.J. McCollum Portland Trailblazers, if you're giving me 9 points at home, you are overpaid.